Hey guys, Ryan, Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions. I'm here with the man from Denmark, the superstar, the champion for what would you say, the last 25 years?
20.
20 years, the one and only Anders Brobech, Feathers Elite exclusive. Guys, this man knows about racing. He started as a very young boy. Instantly, he got better, and by the time you were, what, 16? Nobody wants to fly against you. You're that good. Super flyer, Anders, nice to have you here.
Yeah, nice to see you.
This is the lofts.
Yeah, it's the racing loft.
So we're going to start here with the racing lofts, and this is quite a large loft, and this is all for your old birds.
Yeah, for the old birds.
And you see it wraps, this loft wraps right around, and I'm just going to slowly pan so you can see. He's got a loft with a double roof, which is quite interesting. We're going to talk about that a little bit. There's the landing boards, and it's sort of, your race loft ends right here.
Yeah.
And you have the transporter that you use for training.
Yeah.
So Anders, well, how should we say this? What's your specialty right now in this time of your life?
It's a race from 500 and out.
500 kilometers and up?
Yeah.
That's where your birds really excel?
Yeah, and it's what I like most.
What you like most?
Yeah.
And the base families of your pigeons?
Yeah.
What would they be?
Oh, there are many, but my old Czech line and the blue line.
So the Czech line and the blue line, and for people who don't know what that means, what's the Czech line, what's the basis of them?
It's from Van Buene, Delbar and De Waard. It's dark pigeons, dark colored pigeons, only for race from 800 and out, hard race.
Okay.
Yeah. The blue family can do much more from 150 and out. And the blue is from Grundelars and Delbar.
Grundelars and Delbars.
But it's old family, the old pigeon that have been in Denmark for the last 50 years. So, and it's come from my grandfather.
It comes from your grandfather, okay. Family. And the other lines that you have?
Yeah, then we have Floor Engels, Jansen, Joost de Klerk, Jan Arden, Chris Heberecht. And I'm always trying something new also, every year a few other pigeons, but it's the baselines.
It's the baselines, and
I like the old families of pigeon.
You like the old families of pigeons, but you don't breed them just for breeding, for selling. You use them for racing.
Yeah, I only breed from pigeon that I think can win, and I breed pigeon to race. I also breed pigeon, inbred pigeon for breeders, but then the parents have to prove that they can win the first.
Okay, and with these families you've had for quite a few years, in the last 15 years, what have been some of your biggest accomplishments? Just to give people a little rundown of just why they call you the King of Denmark.
Yeah, I have won 11-time first national since 2011.
11 times? In
this place. So...
and how many other different wins?
A lot.
A lot of seconds and thirds?
Yeah, also that, and win in the very big area I don't know how many, but I have won a lot of race, and I have also been national champion 5-7 times. I don't count them anymore, but in all race from 400, it's what interesting me.
It's what interests you.
Yeah.
And these here, it's a very simple setup. All your pigeons, I believe they trap right in here.
All the racers have to jump in here when we are racing. So. And all are going in only one place, then it's much more easier to get them down.
So you used to have different entrants?
Yeah, in the past we had Sputniks all over the place, and then when the pigeon was coming sometime, they was looking to each other, and it was going a little bit too slowly, so to get them inside. But this working very good for me. And when the wind it's often windy, and when the pigeon are going a little bit too long, they can turn around and go to the plate.
Go to the place, eh?
Yeah. So, but let's go in and look.
We go in and take a look. Now, this is your old bird loft.
Yeah.
Now, with your old birds, you have your own system now.
Yeah.
Because you've tried lots of systems.
I have tried all kind of systems, but for many years I was raising the totally widowhood. But now for the last 7 years I only raise on the nest.
And this loft is very different.
Yeah.
It's like we're in an aviary. And
now we are in an area, and this is also an area, old area. And then we have the breeding boxes inside. So we have a very deep loft.
It's very deep.
It's more than 4 meters deep.
And obviously, you've got some youngsters still in here.
Yeah, after the season, the pigeon are all the good old racers can breed 1 round of youngsters. And normally the room, this big loft, there are only 120 racers in this. So normally in each room I have 3-4 pairs. So they have so good place. And you can see now, this year I have tried putting straw on the roof, and it's pretty good. I like it. Underneath we have the gills, but yeah, I don't know if they will we will take them again.
So are you going to leave these grates on the floor?
Out in the area I like it like this, but inside it's good with the straw.
With the straw. So inside the sections you leave the straw. And I was speaking with you in regards to a section like this with these kind of boxes.
Yeah.
You will roughly put how many pairs?
Each pair have 4 boxes.
So there's going to be 4 pair in here?
Yeah.
4 pair in each room?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
and all the rooms, they're pretty much all the same. It just goes around and around, just like this.
Right now it's a lot of pigeon inside because the youngsters from this year are already moved here.
Now the system that you fly, we were talking, how do you do this system?
Yeah, all pigeons are going together the whole year.
So you leave your pigeons together the whole year?
The cocks and females are together the whole year. And when you do it like this, the pigeons are more tame and don't, when you separate cocks and females, you have them hanging in the, you know, if you lock this one, in the past there was female inside there and cocks here, and they was, you know, jumping in my face to get inside to the cocks. It was one of the things that I decided not to separate anymore.
So you leave them together the whole year. And when will you pair them up?
They are always paired up.
See, I'm trying to see if you're lying to the audience, but you're not. So they stay together all year.
Yeah.
Now, people are going to ask, how do you keep them from breeding in January and February?
Yeah. You can see now we are in October. Take a look in the nest bowls. They are not laying any more eggs now. They have been on the last youngsters, and I never move away eggs. I will move the bowls in a week from now.
You'll take all the bowls away?
Yeah. And then they only have it's an isolation stone. So it's a little bit hot stone, and it's the only thing in the box. So they can sit there together and have it good. But
now that you call it an insulation stone, what's it made of?
Yeah, you have to. You can see it's not. If it was. So in old days in Denmark, you know, it was the stone that was in the inside of the house. So it's an insulation stone.
It's an insulation stone.
And when we got a lot of rain in Denmark in the winter time and stuff, then you can burn them with the gas burner, and then it's more dry.
More dry.
The pigeon like to sit on them.
They like to stand on them. You have lots of them. They're all over the place.
In every breeding box there are 1 stone, because the pigeon don't like to sit on the gills.
On the grills. They like to sit on the stone?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So
and this loft just continues like this.
yeah, we can go and look. And one thing, all the pigeons only take water there.
Okay, so this is how you drink the pigeons?
Yeah, it's more. I have tried, to have the one with only 2 liters in every room. Then I need 15 around the whole loft.
Too much.
Yeah, if I do it like this, I give them fresh water 2 times every day, and they learn. It's here. It's much more easy, and the water is more fresh.
Now we were talking before. You used to really stress about putting oils on the feed, stuff on the feed, but recently you've changed it.
Yeah, in the past I always say and do myself in the season oil on the feed and put the stuff on the feed because it's the best. But it takes a lot of time to mix food good, so pigeon like to eat it. So now I only put product in the water.
Can you show us some of the products that you're using?
Yeah, normally I use this.
Let's see.
Vitamin and.
So you're using this in the water?
Yeah.
How many days a week?
In the racing season I use it every day.
Okay.
And also Brobech Loft I use every day.
So these 2 products you're using 7 days a week in the water?
Yeah, but in the right now 1 or 2 times each week.
Okay. So in the off season, twice a week?
Yeah. If we go a month more, 1 time a week, and maybe a month more, only every 2nd week. So,
okay. So those are the 2 products you're using in the water?
Yeah, and in the summer, of course, I use other things also, but now I put it in the water and I keep it so simple as possible. 4 or 5 different things in the water.
In the water, not on the feed?
Not on the feed anymore, so it's more easy. Also, I only feed outside here in the area. In the past, I feed, in every section. But then I got corn under the gills and it's got bad. So I have it out here so I can quickly take it up if the pigeons are throwing it out.
Okay, so you only feed them out here
the whole way around. And if you see, I have much more places to put the corn than the pigeon. They can be 5 pigeons with that. And I use a lot of grit. And also you can see I put grit and in a bath like this.
They're like old bath pans.
Yeah.
You like lots of grit. You talk to me about grit.
Yeah. So they can go here and they can go and pick like they go outside. And I just do like this every day. And put new. And I also put corn there.
So you make it like it's outside?
Yeah. Okay. Because they are the other place they have to go. And they like to eat there and like to have it fun. In the summer I put pig stone and all different things they can.
And again you see, so each section here will have 4 or 5 pairs of pigeons that live.
And out there 1 pair, in the past it was some widowhood females that was sitting here. And now for the last 3 years, one of my best pair have been outside there.
So it's a very open loft, and again for people looking.
Yeah, it's very open, and if you look up, as I say, it's not for you need to have pigeon for some years before you build a loft like this, because the pigeon can fly everywhere if they like. So you need to have a system. So I only catch the pigeon inside this room or over in a room here.
And did you want to show how you basket? Sort of a so you'll move the birds.
Yeah, we will show down there how we basket the pigeon. I can show here if I like to go and see a pigeon, I will always close, and then when the door is closed, the pigeon know I will catch them. I will never catch them outside here.
Never. Always in the section.
Yeah. So. This is a very nice female.
Tell me about her.
She is 50% from Josen. So she's half sister to my second pigeon from Munich this year.
From Munich, yes.
But she have also been in 2 marathon race this year, this pigeon. But yeah, she have nothing won yet. But I really like her. She's a very nice type.
Very strong back, small pigeon, lots of muscle.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask you, so with these pigeons, when will you start letting them out for exercise?
I do that the whole year.
So
we don't talk about that before. The pigeons are out. Just right now they are not out because I have taken the youngsters from this year from the youngsters loft put over here. So soon I will start letting them out again.
Letting them back out for loft flies?
Yeah.
Once a day?
Once a day in the winter, in the morning.
And they all, the cocks and hens together?
Yeah, all together. It's also why I have them together, because I can do it at the half time in the winter time.
Okay.
So they are out together. When I like to get them out, I move the pigeon or to go here. Now there are all the late breds are sitting here, so we are just moving still.
So you'll let them out once a day for now. Once they start to, when do you want them to start going down on eggs?
In the middle of April.
The middle of April they'll start to lay.
If I can, in this system, maybe 1 or 2 old pairs will put an egg in middle of March or a little bit later. But all the others, I don't put the bowls before they put an egg. Then I come with the bowls and they can breed. But I try to keep.
You put the bowls in when you want them to breed?
No, I first put them in when they have, with the first 3-4 pairs have put eggs. Then I think, okay, now you got the bowls and they can all breed.
Okay.
But I try to take it so slowly as possible.
So you try and say, hey, don't breed yet, don't breed yet. But once Mother Nature tells them, and you see an egg here and an egg there, then you start to put the bowls in.
Yeah.
Okay, so you let them go down on eggs.
Yeah.
Now, how often now are you loft flying the hens and the cocks?
In
April.
In April, we can say in the 1st of April, I will put them out morning and evening.
Same time every day?
No, yeah, almost the same. But
so do you let the hens out first and then the cocks, or all together?
All together.
Both times, twice a day?
Yeah, all together.
So if they're on eggs, you take them out?
If they're on eggs, I will go in there and put them out here. And they can go here and they can shit and be ready to fly out. They need 10 minutes. If you take them from eggs, they need 10 minutes to go out here.
Okay.
Also, when you fly on the nest, you have, in the season, I have always corn in, they can always eat, because some of them are always on the eggs.
So you always have the trough full of feed?
Yeah, and a lot of feed, because they need, the cocks will eat all the fatty seed if you only feed a little.
Okay.
Because the female are on the eggs.
You let them out twice a day?
Yeah.
Do you train the old birds hard by car?
Yeah. When I start the 5th of April, I train every day for 25 days in a row.
In the car?
Yeah.
How far will you take the old birds?
In the past, I have trained them out to 300-400 kilometers. But it's too much work, and you don't get anything for it. Okay. So now I train a lot from 40.
40 kilometers?
Yeah. And I have a very good spot on 66. I go between there.
Okay. You train the old birds there. And when you're training, are you still loft flying twice a day?
In the start, I'm stop letting them out. You know, because they are not in. The first day I train in the car, I stop letting them out. Then I train maybe for 1 or 2 weeks without letting them out.
Okay.
Then I start letting them out the day I not train.
Okay.
And then I train in the car in the morning and training outside the loft in the evening.
Okay, so you just kind of adjusted into them.
Yeah, because you know in the start you need to take it up. They can't do it all.
Climb the mountain slowly. Get them on it. Guys, guys, we are here with Anders Brobech of Denmark. We're talking about the old birds. Anders, we're going to get back to this. Thank you very much. Hey guys, we are here with Anders Brobech of Denmark, the champion of Denmark. We are talking about how he flies his old birds. And as you say, at the beginning of the season, you work the training and the loft flying together. Now, after about 25 tosses with the car,
then the first race, sprint race, are there.
Now, then, once you start racing, do you keep training in the car?
Yeah, the first 4 weeks when they are raced from 150 to 250 kilometer. Then I train them 3 or 4 times a week. And letting them out every day at least 1 time. If I don't train, I let them out 2 times a day.
Okay, so if you don't train because maybe the weather's not good, you're going to loft fly them in the morning
and in the evening.
And in the evening.
And the other day I will train in the morning and let them out in the evening.
In this time, are you using any special types of medications?
I give a cure for the areas or respiration.
So for respiratory?
I do that in the late of March because it needs to be 14 days in a row and it's the only time you can give so long. And then I give more to get them in condition when I train.
More in condition.
So I give them the prangesuppe I showed you before, and but you know it's also more about the corn. When I start training them, I start giving them some other different kind of mixture. We will go and see the mixture later. Now we can see when I train them, you know, we take the pigeon over here, and this is this room. Inside there right now it's we can call it a youngster room, but it's my catching room.
It's your catching room.
Yeah, and also the room where I let the pigeon out. Every day when the pigeon are going out, it's from that door.
From this door.
I put all the pigeon here and there, and I open the door, and they will go out. When I do it like this, then I can get pigeon on the nest flying as widowhood cocks will do.
Okay, so you're going to come in the morning to let them out for a loft fly.
Yeah.
You're going to take the pairs from each room. If they're on eggs, if they're not on eggs, they all come out of the rooms.
Yeah.
You slide the door shut, and they're in the basically the big hallway.
Yeah, and then I will press them over here from that side.
Now I notice up in here, and I wanted to talk about this. This is a very, how do I say this? This is a very large. Like you can't catch pigeons up here. There's a lot of room to move.
Yeah.
Now you said to me, how do you move your pigeons?
You can see when I look at that pigeon and say like that, can you go over there? Then you have to learn them where to go, and
you use the stick.
I threw them around the whole loft with stitch one.
You move the stick. You move them with the stick.
Yeah. I also when I take it up, they will go out. So I will not do it now. But you know they know if I take this one, you can see now. Now they are coming because they know they have to get out.
They know the stick.
Yeah.
So you use the stick to move them.
Yeah. Always.
Okay. Now.
And my body, of course. I have another sound when they have to move.
You talk to them.
Yeah, in another way than when we have to catch them.
Okay, so you're gonna start flying these pigeons on eggs, paired up. You fly them twice a day. They always go together. Yeah, 100%. You never separate them for loft flying or exercising?
No, for the last 7 years I have tried in a month or so because some other fancy, you know, I got ideas from others trying doing that, and every time I could see the female was going down in condition because the female always have the small room, you know, and the cocks have the big room with all the breeding boxes. So now I don't have any room to separate anymore. I have put breeding boxes in all the rooms, so they have to go together with big space, now, a lot of air.
With your racers, will you let them pair up as they want?
Yeah, they always do as they want. They have never been sitting inside in a box where I have closed.
Never.
Never in the racing loft. They need to take what they like, and I don't help, the young one coming over. I don't help them.
What do you mean by help?
Yeah, because they can take inside this loft, maybe there are 4 old cocks. They have 4 room each, and then a new cock try to take one of them. It's not easy, but it has to do it as his own. And when we are going in the 1st of July, all pigeon are on eggs and have made couples.
So you allow them to be their own bosses, pick their own boxes. If a young cock wants to go into a section where there's old cocks and he can get a box, you're okay with this?
Yeah, and they can do what they like. So I have the time in the spring that they can do it. Also, I don't like to get them on eggs the same time. It's better for me to get them on the first round in so many different dates as possible.
Okay, so you like them to be sort of spread out?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because I like a pigeon in top form each weekend when we get to the real race. And we have 10 weeks in a row with real race, as I call them.
Real race, and that means from how many kilometers?
From 420 and out.
420 and out.
Yeah.
And what's the farthest distance your pigeons fly?
It's from this last 2 years, it's from 950.
950.
3 years ago we was in Paris on 1000. So, it's around there.
And this is the system that you fly?
Yeah, with all
of them. And
if it's for middle distance, long distance, marathon or sprint, it's like this.
The same system.
All pigeons can go where they like to go. So in this room, they can live a Jensen cock and up there a Martin cock, and they can do what they like to do. But then if we go back to the training in the car,
okay, let's see.
I move all the pigeon out in this room.
So this is the same room you load them for basketing for training.
and let them out so they know when they go here and this door is closed and the door behind you are closed.
Right.
Then they know they have to sit still.
Okay.
So I go out here and close this door also. So I have this little room with the 120 flyers, and then I can take the roof down.
Okay, you can bring it down. That's right.
And I will go out and stand there and take them out in a basket, 10 different baskets, and directly in the trailer. And half an hour, I have 120 pigeon ready to train without sweating. In the past I was basket up and down of all stairs and that, so it's very easy.
So you made it easy to train up quite a few pigeons.
Yeah.
And your old bird team is around what, 120 pigeons?
Yeah, 120.
So 60 cocks, 60 hens.
Yeah.
At the end of a season, how many races will you fly?
80.
You'll fly 80 old bird races in one season.
No, I will fly this 120, but after the 15 weeks I have 80 back.
Okay, so you fly how many weeks of racing? 15 weeks?
15 weeks in a row.
15 weeks in a row. Yeah. You have 120 you start with, you're down to about 80 at the end of the season.
And it's in the last years I only miss pigeon when we are on the marathon. It's why I lose pigeons. But
that's where you lose them is on the marathons.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love to race the marathon, but you can't race them without losing pigeons.
And all these lofts here, again, they're just all the same. This is all straw in here.
Yeah, this is a little bit different loft. It's not so deep. But also with a lot of air. This is one of my good old cocks.
And you see the bricks.
Yeah, and also important to you can see it has been up for a long time, but if you have them down like this and they can lie in the dark, they will breed now. So it's we need to have them up, but now I have them up the whole year. Because it's easier to get them out to train. Okay. If you know you have them inside there, you have to catch all pigeons.
And you let them go in the aviaries here all the time as well?
Yeah. Also very important. Every door you can see it's like all other loft. You can close everything, but I never do. The whole year, the window is open, and over there, everything is stands on the same place. You can see up here. You can move all this thing as in pigeon loft, but for me it's very important. You never move anything of that. You still them like you like to, and then it has to be the same the whole year. If you have a new idea, then it's now you have to do it, and then let it be from now on till next season.
So you're saying to me, what you believe is right now the way you have your vents open and the windows open. If you say next year you want to fly with everything closed, you have to close them now. And what's the reason for that?
Because the pigeon have to get
acclimatized.
To the new way.
So pretty much you say you don't touch it, just leave it as it is.
And of course, if I like to build something new, this loft I have rebuilt around 10 times, but it's it has to be in the autumn. You rebuild and then.
So rebuild in the fall. And then you leave it.
And then if you have new ideas, put them in, but hold to the plan.
Hold to the plan. Okay.
And then we talk about flying them on the nest the whole time. I try to let them on eggs as long as possible. So when we start training and race, then we can cheat them a little. So they are on the eggs for 25 days, sometimes even longer.
So you try to hold them on the eggs as long as you can.
And then when I take them out every day, I can see. When I start this system, I write everything down. But now I only see, that female, she is not lying so hard on the eggs when I come to put her out.
She's not sitting tight. She's a little lighter. Then what do you do?
I can see, now they're
going to hatch.
Or they will leave the eggs.
Right.
And then maybe I give them a youngster, or maybe I take the eggs. Also a good system when they have sitting on eggs for 20 days, then I take the eggs on Monday. And put the pigeon in the basket on Tuesday, because they have forgot it and they love each other and everything is good. So both pigeons are good. It's a very good condition to fly on.
When they're
they are on eggs, old eggs.
Old eggs.
Throw them out Monday.
Throw them out Monday.
And then put them in the basket this week. It's very good.
Very good. Okay.
And 10-day eggs is always good for a female.
So 10-day eggs. If a hen's sitting for 10 days on the eggs, you think she comes into the best form?
I know. It's the only thing I do to plan. If I have a good female I like to get on a marathon, I plan to put her on 10-day eggs sometime. But for the last 2-3 years, I haven't planned anything. I just look at the pigeon. Oh, you are ready now. So. Okay.
And do you ever give them youngsters to feed?
I give them, if they will go from the eggs, I will take a small youngster, 3-4 days old, for the breeding loft and put to them. Then I have 2 weeks more. I can hold them in on the nest. Okay. Because when they come home on Saturday, I give them 4 days old youngsters again, and then I will switch it again.
So you don't want to give them too young. You want to give them 4 or 5 day old ones, so they don't want milk.
No, and if they have been on eggs for so many days, they don't have milk. The flying pigeon.
Okay, so when the hens lay these eggs, what do you do with the eggs? You shake them? Do you boil them? Or do you give them fake eggs?
No. Very important. It's have to be real pigeon eggs.
But you don't want them to raise their own?
No, but it's so cold here in the night that they are not coming. When we are putting the pigeon in the basket every week.
Oh, every day. The eggs are no good. And you're taking them off the eggs twice a day. Okay, I get it.
So in the middle of the summer, the youngsters will come.
Yes.
But then I also like them to get a round of their own to fly on. So it's.
So I get it.
To the nature.
In the springtime, because you're pushing them out twice a day and training them, the eggs get chilled. Okay.
So,
this is making sense now to me on how. And what you want to do is you want to keep them on those eggs
so long as possible.
so long as possible.
So I can get so few time for every female to lie new eggs.
Okay, as we look at this, let's keep moving through here.
Yeah.
And I noticed in your aviary, in your hallway, you have pails of different feeds. Is that pails of feeds or?
Or outside there, we can tell they can get the bath. You know, the racers, I giving them baths all in the spring. I start to give them almost every day.
Every day a bath.
Yeah.
You like them clean.
Yeah. So
and they like to be clean.
Yeah. So, but it's why in the past I never put thing in the water, because I have liked to give them bath every day, the racers, for many years. But now I do it, let them eat and drink, and then also think about don't put anything in the water they don't like to drink. And then if it's something sour in the water, I will not give them bath. But all the other days, they will get a bath.
So you like to bathe the pigeons very often?
Yeah.
What you're saying? Okay, and it's a very, I notice in this loft, from what I'm noticing, the pigeons are very happy. They move easily.
The loft is made for pigeon. This is not a room for the pigeon, man.
Okay, so let's just say this again.
I have built it to the pigeon.
So this loft is built for the pigeons?
Yeah. So they can be in the best condition the whole year round. It's also why there are so much air. You know, I have tried, you can see, this is isolation. They have been closed, they have been everything. There's also isolation inside there. And I was going out every night, closed the door and...
keeping the heat in.
Yeah. And then I was coming out very early one morning and I smelled the air was much better here out than, and I have put the pigeon inside in that bad
condition. So what you're saying was you used a bit of common sense and you said, hell with it, leave it open, let it breathe.
Yeah. So it's all, and then I open more and more and more. So, but it has been so open the last 5 years.
And you can see it's very open, but you'd smell no pigeon in here.
Yeah.
None whatsoever.
And remember, the pigeon are sleeping in there where there are no wind. So but they can go out here as early they like in the morning in the summer.
And I see you keep, I originally didn't know what you had in these pails. So this is all you're feeding. Can we take a look at what you have?
Yeah, I can show you the system right now. Every day I make one mixture for the pigeon.
All right, so just
right now it's
nice and easy, just leave it.
Yeah, today it has been like this.
So that's what you're feeding today?
Yeah.
Every day it's a little different?
Yeah, a little bit. Because I have all the mix I need.
You've got some pellet?
I have the pellets, very important. Not when we are racing. The real race, I don't put pellets in, but every day, the whole year.
Pellets?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Right, this is new now because we are coming closer to the winter. So,
sunflowers?
Yeah, with shell. It's a lot of...
sunflowers with shell?
Yeah, I have them out shell also, but it's only because they need to eat the rest from the season.
So that's just that's the good, that's the peeled?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I have malting mix.
So they're getting malting mix now?
Yeah. And I have a long distance mix. Also rest from the summer I mix with. Okay. And then also energy mix from the summer.
An energy mix?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what I have here, of course,
hemp seed.
I never get under 5% of hemp.
Never give more than 5. Never less.
Never less. Never less than 5% hemp.
Okay, and I just want to ask you, when you're flying the marathon races, you said to me, you tell me, what's your base? The two heaviest grains that you use when you're flying for the marathon in the season.
The heaviest is the corn, the maize.
Corn.
Yeah. But
How much percentage of corn will your pigeons be getting?
in the normal mixed, around 50%.
50% maize, corn.
Yeah. But then I add, in the summer, right now I feed 2 times a day. When we have the race I like to win, I feed 4 times a day.
4 times a day. They have to eat the corn.
Yeah, but I put out in the morning the mix I have made for the day with a lot of corn.
Okay.
But also fatty seed in.
Fatty seeds in.
Yeah.
So
then when I come home around 3, I will add a little bit more. I will see what is back, and then I can make a mix for my own that I can put over.
Okay.
So they can eat what they need to do.
All
then
right.
I will put them out, and when they go in again, I will take the mix from the morning and give them more. Then I will go in and eat. Then I will go out again, and then I will give them, I call it evening coffee.
Evening coffee.
Yeah, it's a mix of hemp and sunflower shells without shell.
Okay, it's a treat. It's the dessert. It's the fat.
Then I'll get a lot of that, and then I will go in again. And then my girlfriend, I will go to bed, and then my girlfriend would go out at 10 o'clock with what are they called? The peanuts.
Peanuts. Holy jumping. It's a happy loft here.
Yeah. So they will get there.
They will get what they need. Hey guys, we are with Anders Brobech. We're talking feed. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Thank you. Hey guys, I am with the super champion of Denmark, Anders Brobech. We've been talking feed. We've been talking what he likes to feed.
Yeah.
The corn, the fatty feeds, and also you talk a lot about grit. I know in your lofts, in all the lofts that I've been in, you have a ton of grit.
Yeah.
And you said to me, if you feed 5 bags of feed, you need roughly how much grit?
1 bag.
1 bag. But you say
I say 10. Normally I would say, if I will tell another fancy good advice, use 1 bag of grit every time you use 10 bag of food.
10 bags of food, 1 bag of grit.
Yeah. And I think people use 50 bag of food before they need 1 bag of grit.
So you're constantly topping up the grit. Do you ever take the grit away from the race birds?
No.
Grit never leaves.
I use 5 bags of food and 1 bag of grit. And I use a lot of different minerals. Right. In the racing season, I really like this one.
Okay. So that's the grit you're using, and that's the...
No, I always have... this is the good grit mix, this one.
And this grit, who is it from?
This is from De Bruyne.
And you're giving that how many times a week?
Every day.
Every day?
And then every day, normally grit.
Wait, now let me just get onto this here.
Yeah.
We're with Anders Brobech, so they get this too every day.
This is what I call normally grit. It's every day in the whole year. This is only every day in the flying season, and now they can get it 1 time a week.
Okay.
But in the summer I have 3-4 different kinds.
3 or 4 different kinds of grit. You're constantly keeping the grit topped up, so it never goes down.
Also pig stone and stuff I put in the old bath.
Okay.
So they can pick themselves.
So you put the pick stones also in the old bath trays?
Yeah, I take a block and do it 1 time like this, and they can eat it.
Okay, so that's what you're giving them. Now, do you give them any types of vegetables or greens?
Only the one in the pellets.
Only the vegetables in the pellets?
Yeah.
That are manufactured. So you won't give them a head of lettuce?
No.
Nothing like that?
No.
Okay.
I don't like stuff like that. I have tried it. It's get too quickly bad.
Too quickly bad?
Yeah.
Do you give them any salt?
No.
No
only
salt.
the thing is there in the grit.
Only what's in there?
Yeah.
So pretty much, quite simple. You don't change anything. You feed heavy.
Yeah.
You feed a lot of corn.
And the straw in there has been there for half a year now.
The straws that's been in here is a half a year.
I just take out 1 time a week.
Clean it up a bit.
Yeah.
The bad areas.
And then put new. And it's, we was going to, but it was hemp straw. It's hemp straw.
Hemp straw.
Yeah, it's very good. together with the straw.
So that's pretty much the rundown of how you do it in the racing season with the old birds. Do you find cocks are better than hens?
No, for me they are, in this system now, they are both as good as. Last year my first national ace pigeon on 1 day long was a cock. This year I have second and third national ace pigeon 1 day long, it's 2 female. This year I was first national from 800 kilometer with a cock. So it's for me this system works better with every pigeons, but the female cannot enter every week, of course. Sometimes it will happen that they have to stay home 1 week, the females, because they are laying eggs. Yeah, the cock I send every week.
And you don't see it. You think it's actually this system that you're doing. You're maximizing the pigeons.
Yeah, because they are more happy to the loft. You know, you can get a lot of system, a lot of fans like to get the pigeon to know them and stuff like that, motivate with the person. I don't like that type of motivation. They are pigeons. Need to motivate with they are living. And the loft, not about how good I am to hold them and say I love you and stuff like that. You can do that with females that are separate. I have fly before, very good with widowhood female. But you know, also it's the best way to select the good pigeons to breed future on.
And you've been flying for years, and you said to me in Denmark, you have won everything there is to win.
Yeah.
There's nothing left for you to win.
You can always win something, but I have tried winning every kind of race.
And
every time of championship I have won also.
You've won the most national wins in Denmark.
Yeah. Also the most first national championships.
This is why they call him the King of Denmark. The pigeons are happy. He has his own system, and you said it. You've tried almost every system there is.
Yeah. In the past, you know, I have read and visited a lot of fans here and tried everything out. I think 5-7 years ago, I decided from April I will not discuss pigeon caretaking with any of my pigeon friends or others, or read about how others do, because then I could change my system in the season, and it's not in the season you have to change. So now I have my own system and more make it my own and get ideas from what the pigeon do that day.
Okay, so what you're saying is, once you start with your system in April, and you start working the birds every day, you don't talk to your pigeon friends about health, about things like that.
No.
You don't want to. You'll talk about quality of pigeons.
Yeah, and stuff like that.
Because you found, if your friend says to you, I've got fungus, I've got runny eyes, I've got respiratory, then what that does on your brain is
maybe I go and look and see ghosts.
You see ghosts.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, you see something that's not there.
Yeah.
So you do not talk to the other pigeon flyers about the health of the pigeons.
No. And in Denmark we cannot use veterinary because no veterinary know about pigeons.
Okay.
So you need to have the system, and you can't get help.
You can't get help.
So you have to know what you do if you got a problem, and then don't change week after week.
Don't change week after week. I am here with Anders Brobech. He loves his marathon racing, anywhere from 400 kilometers up to 900 or 1,000. These pigeons kick ass. This is why we're here. And I know now you're changing. You're not interested at all really in young bird flying, but I wanted to show the people the young bird loft.
Yeah.
And it's not that you're not interested. You have a new plan.
Yeah,
and I want to show them.
I have raced a lot with the young birds in the past, and I have been specialized with the youngsters. I have won the 51st many times, but I don't like the youngsters to come together in big groups. It's too difficult to select from that.
Okay, now,
So
for people that didn't hear that,
Yeah.
you said you have flown young birds many times and had 50 on the drop.
Yeah, and it was the 51st out of 500
51st out of 500.
in the big area. I have also in more. I think the best I have was 91 pigeon. The 91 first youngsters out of 700.
91 out of 700.
Yeah.
You had 91 equal firsts.
Yeah, I had 107 in the race, and they was coming in 2 groups. And you can select. It was fun, of course it was fun, but I'm more a breeder than a racer, so I couldn't. When the winter come and I think about how to pair the pigeon, I couldn't use the results because I don't know what pigeon are the good because they fly together. So the last 4 years I don't have take so good care of my youngsters. And I don't train them. I train them up so they are ready to race, and then I stop train. Then I get them a little bit more one-on-one, but yeah. So
You don't put as much work in, so you see the better pigeons. You're
Yeah.
looking for the natural pigeons.
yeah, and I can. It's more easy to get rid of the bad ones if you don't take so good care of them.
Right, and I don't think you mean you don't take care of them. You give them good feed, but you don't go out there and train them as hard.
I don't train them in the car. When I start the first race, I stop training the youngsters. Also, we don't have, but with my old birds, I keep on training until we go to 400 kilometers.
Right.
So it's around 8 weeks. The first 4 weeks every day, then every second day, and then I stop because then I start. I have the condition.
You have the conditions,
Yeah,
so now
and
you have to
I
hold
like.
it.
I now know I like to get the form now.
Right,
So I stop train, and then they start train like crazy around the loft.
and they build up better condition. Okay.
And they are in the basket every week. So if you put them in the car, I always say if you put them in, every time you put them in the car, you take them a little bit down, especially in the respiration.
Okay.
So if you train every day, I have tried before when I was very good on middle distance. I train Monday, I trained 4 days in a row each week and basketing again. Only day that was free was Sunday.
Right.
But then there was much more problem with the respiration. You need to give them more medication to take that away because you push them so hard
Okay.
in the car. And then when the pigeon are sitting in the car, the air is not good. So it also why now we can train better with the. It's not a good looking pigeon trailer I have, but I have made it myself.
And it works?
And it works, and the pigeon are sitting in the same air like it is here. So it's the basket we are used for racing, and they can sit here. And then with the old birds, I only put 10 pigeon in each.
10 pigeons in each basket.
Yeah, and when we race, they put 25. So when I go myself, only 10 in each.
Okay, 10 in each.
With the old pigeon.
And you let them out all together?
All together, always.
Always all together, okay.
I heard you talk with some guys that put them out one-on-one. I have also tried it all in the past, but I don't have the time for it. I drive, and then I hold for 2 minutes, and then I let them out, and then I drive home.
Okay. Did you want to show us the young bird loft?
Yeah. The youngsters are racing from here. Now I have some summer youngsters inside. And this youngsters that are here now, they have been trained out to 275 kilometers.
And that's how you have them on the poles?
Yeah, they are just sitting like that. And this pigeon right now are going out every morning and every evening because I don't know if I will take them for one more long training.
So these pigeons, they haven't raced this year at all?
No, I let them out when the season with the old birds in the middle of August stopped. Then I have them out for 2-3 weeks, and then start training.
Then start training.
Because they were older, you know, when I let them out. They have sit in the area in the back and wait till this room was empty for the one that I have in the race.
And right now, so these are just training. How far have you had them trained out to?
275 kilometers.
275.
Last Sunday I was using almost the whole Sunday to drive. I drive at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was ready to let them out at 8 o'clock, and it was a very nice race. I think, as we see now, I think all is home. I had 77, and you can see it's pretty close. They are also pitting over there.
So these are going to be trained maybe one more time out to how far? 400 kilometers?
Yeah, maybe I will go next week to 400 with them, but maybe I stop. Depends on the weather.
And these you're going to carry over and move them in?
They will go over there, yeah, with the old.
For old?
Yeah.
Do these birds get any different type of feed?
Yeah, they get a light mixture.
Okay, so let's see your light mixture.
It's the Gabi van de Beele from Bias.
Okay. So that's the light mixture. This is the Gabi van de Beele from Byers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then my young birds get always a lot of pellets.
Lots of pellets.
But more greens in it than the old birds.
Okay.
And of course, hemp, but always in the youngsters' loft, carrots.
That's the carrot corn from Versalaga?
Yeah. In the spring, it's very important to use a lot of carrots.
Okay, so you use the carrots?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then also they get, this is also energy mix.
Very nice.
The youngsters really like this mix. My evening coffee is much heavier than this, but this is a mix from Bias that with a lot of energy.
And for people that don't understand what Anders means, when you say evening coffee, you mean dessert for the pigeons?
Yeah, it's a mix I have made myself 10-15 years ago, and it's only fat and protein.
Only fat and protein.
Yeah.
You love fat and you love carbs for racing.
Yeah, but we talk about the maize or the big corn. They have to eat a lot of. The more maize you can get them to eat, the more fat they will eat.
Right.
Because they get energy from that. And very important, no peas.
No peas.
No peas.
You don't like peas.
You can't fly with it. You will lose if you use it.
So if you use peas, it's bad.
Yeah. You can use 3 or 4%. And it's only when you get to the heavy race.
Okay. And when do you want to feed peas if you were to?
For the breeders and for the molting.
Okay, but during racing, if you use peas, when would you use peas?
Never.
So you're never using peas?
No.
None of your mixes will have peas in it?
You know, it's the same as in the past. I was running a lot. You can't see it now.
We can tell. You're in form. You're in shape.
But it's the same as eating big beef. And you have to go so much on the toilet. And it's the same if you feed with peas. In the old mixtures, you know, there was up to 50% of peas in the 80s in pigeon mixtures. But it was not easy for the pigeon. So no, don't take the protein from there. It's very good for youngsters the first 2 months, and for breeders and for the molting.
So protein only when you're breeding and molting.
Yeah.
Other than that, when you're flying, you don't want the protein.
You need the protein, but not from peas.
Not from peas.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm much more like, I know the price, it's another price, but I prefer to get the protein from the mung beans.
Okay, hold on. Let's just get into that here. Hold on.
You know.
So, hold on.
Yeah.
So, the mung beans.
Yeah, you know, it's the one if you
Yes.
put them in water and they grow up, you will eat them in salad. They taste
Right.
very good.
So you like to use a bit of mung beans
A lot.
A lot.
In
in the dessert
5-6%. No, in whole the mix when
In all
we are
the mix.
raising the But get the protein from easier way to get them down. And then I also add protein that are break down in the water. So it will go quickly.
Okay. So
In the past, where I put oil on the corn every day, I also put protein powder
okay.
on the corn. But now you can buy it down to aminosyre and put it in the water. So it gets even quicker in the mustard.
Okay. So you're using protein in the water, a little bit of mung beans,
Yeah.
but a lot of fats and a lot of carbs.
Yeah.
Fats and carbs.
Yeah.
That's what does it. Anders, I want to thank you for showing us the old bird loft, the young bird loft. Your system's very simple, but it works. You've had super success. Hey, not much more you can say to that. Thank you very much, Anders. Thank you. Hey guys, it's Ryan, Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions. We're with the one and only Anders Brobech of Denmark. This man breeds very good pigeons. He's got old families of pigeons that are still winning today. And I think the number one reason why he doesn't breed them to look at, you use them for racing. Everything that you breed races.
Yeah.
The old families, the old Jansens, the old De Klaks, the old Jan Ardens, you are racing them.
Yeah, I select them from racing.
You select them from racing.
First, I look at a pigeon and I like my type.
You like your type.
Yeah, it's the first selection. When the youngsters are going in the youngsters loft, I will take away the one I don't like.
Okay.
And after that, I only select by the how good the pigeon have it. You can see if a youngster get a little bit sick, I take it away.
Okay. Now,
And then after that, the selection is only with the basket.
only with the basket.
Yeah.
And we just want to show people, I wanted to take them over to your map,
Yeah.
and just to give people a little rundown of where your pigeons are flying from.
Yeah.
Here's the map. So where Anders' finger is,
I live here.
he lives here. All the white is water, is that correct?
All the white is water.
Okay.
And from that, we fly from all that directions.
So you don't live in the best spot.
The problem in Denmark is when the pigeon are leaving Germany around here, it will start blowing from each side, and it can blow from different side on the same day as higher they come in Denmark. So it's why they can lose a lot of time from here to here.
Okay.
But the water is of course something.
The water is something, and there's lots of water. So your pigeons have to be very smart.
Yeah, and they have to be strong. We don't fly. We don't have so many race with the wind in the tail.
Not a lot of tailwind.
No, I
Crosswinds or headwinds.
yeah, and I love the headwinds, and I really love if we can get the eastern wind and very hot, because then it's only the best pigeon you see.
Okay, and now we have over here,
Yeah.
this is sort of where you do all your breeding?
Yeah, this is my breeding loft, where I have breeders in every side.
And I'm just gonna open this so we
Yeah.
don't have to look through the wire.
And here I have a pair in each, what is called?
In each box?
Yeah. Here they are in each box, and here they never pair themselves.
So-
here it's only me that decide how to breed.
Okay, so in here you're doing all the pairing.
Yeah,
Again, everything is on the grills.
yeah. It's so easy as possible. They have food the whole day, and every morning I give them some energy food, and in the night I give them some grit mix.
So you still, even with that hopper feeding, you still give them an energy mix,
Yeah.
and you give them grit in the evening.
Yeah, so I have the contact to go in and yeah.
And how many rounds will you let them breed?
This year I have breed since around, I think it was around Christmas. I paired up and they have breed the whole time until now.
Until now. You just let them breed at their own pace.
Yeah, and now I switch, you know. Not many pairs are the same as in the start.
Okay, so you're switching.
Yeah.
Will you switch cock sections even if you have to?
Yeah, I switch female, of course, but also I have some extra cocks outside, so I put them in and switch around. So
you always keep extra.
Yeah, and you know, if I got an idea when we are racing, you get a new idea to make a pair, and then I have to find a box and put the parents inside.
So how many pairs roughly are you breeding from?
100 pairs.
100 pairs.
Yeah.
And all different families?
No, what? Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm saying, you have multiple families.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
This is why you have.
Yeah, it's because I have the different lines and families.
You have 20 pairs of Jansen, 20 De Klerks.
Yeah, I have a Martin pigeon, I have Trent pigeon, I have all kind of pigeons. So you need to breed. Also, if you like to breed the good ones, you like to breed a lot. Breed a lot, kill a lot.
Breed a lot, kill a lot. Quite simple.
And fly a lot.
And fly a lot. Yeah, that's right. And how old will it be when you remove the youngsters from these sections?
I like them a little bit older than most of the fancy. I like them 30 or 35 days when I move them to my own Brobech Loft. But because I don't like them to get a little bit down, I like to move them when they are, so they don't get any problems. But this time of the year when I'm not, right now I only breed pigeon that the plan is that will be breeding pigeons again. So they are most inbred pair now.
Right now is all inbreeding.
I have switched them so they are inbred.
Now you are one of these guys, you are really heavy into inbreeding. You love it.
Yeah. For breeding, my old idea was inbred from good pigeons and cross from racing. And it's all my best pigeons are made by this. But of course there are other options that is possible. I also try race some pure, but my experience is you need cross if you go out to fly more than 500 km.
Now, let's take a look at the pigeon you have here in your hand.
Yes.
Tell me about her.
She's a very nice female. This one, you think she looks like one of the inbreds, but this is a cross because the family in my loft that have this color, it's what we call the Czech family. 2 years ago, I had the first national ace pigeon.
Okay.
But I was unlucky to lose her on the last race. But I take this egg from the racing loft and move in here. So I have this one nice youngster from her. So this is not an inbred. But all the 4 grandparents to this pigeon are from different families. And then you see here we have extreme lot of vitality as we like to have in the racing loft. But you know, it was the only pigeon I have from the mother, so I used this to bring to some of the other families for Martin.
Now, when you're pairing pigeons, what do you look? How do you make a selection when you're gonna pair for inbreeding?
Yeah, for inbreeding, for racing, when I made for that, I look how to make the type I like in my racing loft. Okay. And then I can make a lot of youngsters, different family, look the same but different color. So it was I can do with the racers. I have my type there. You have seen them almost all look the same, no matter how family they are from in the racing loft. But when we talk about inbreeding, it's more difficult because you can put 2 inbred pigeons together and you have to kill all the youngsters from a lot of pairs.
Why?
Because it's difficult to make inbreeds that we can use for the future breeding.
Why is that? Because of the conformation?
Yeah, because we go so close. And I can tell you, when I started inbreed, it's around 20 years ago I started with that, because I don't have good enough pigeons before that to start inbreed. So you need to have some very good pigeons before you start inbreed. Why inbreed?
Basically what you're saying is you don't just inbreed pigeons for the sake of inbreeding pigeons.
No.
You have to have very good pigeons.
You need to have something you need to keep. And then in the start, most of the pairs I made, I had to kill a lot of youngsters when I made inbreds. But with the more experience now, I can make more couples. Without, now I can make inbred pairs without killing any. With all the pigeons are extremely good in the hand, but it's not the first and second generation. The first and second generation of inbred you have, there are more that not are useful. So if you do it for more generation, it will be more easy. Because you have selected the pigeon that can be used for inbred.
So when you put inbreeds together, the babies that you get from them, you normally don't race them?
No. I have tried putting them out, but you lose too many.
Okay. But you're going to use those to cross.
I use those to cross again.
With another inbred family.
Yeah.
So you can take, let's just say, your inbred, your Brobech check line.
I will find a good one of them.
Okay.
So we can
let's take a look. Again, guys, you're here with Anders Brobech of Denmark. And you can see
this is one of my really super female, the 866.
Okay, so just move over, that's fine. Yes. So
And,
this is the 866.
Yeah, she's purebred from the Czech line, from the Brobech Martin. And you know, she is bred from her father and mother are full sister and brothers.
So her parents are full brother, full sister.
Yeah, and her grandfather and grandmother is also full brother and full sister.
So her grandparents are full brother, full sister.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this one I have bred together with her full brother. I've got some very good ones.
So you've bred this pigeon to her full brother.
Yeah. And then I got, you saw him before, the really strong Max Motor.
Yes.
But I have also put him again with his sister.
So that's like
4-time full brother and full sister.
Okay.
And the funny thing is, they get better and better. Some of the generation you can get better eyes or something like that. This one she have it all.
Now I handled this pigeon.
Yeah.
And I have never handled inbred pigeons this many times that feel and look this good. Super rich eye, soft silky feathers, back is strong, muscles are a 10.
Yeah.
Now this type of pigeon here, if you're going to fly babies from it, you're going to now cross it.
Yeah.
Now, what this is the Brobech check line.
Yeah.
What would you cross this with?
I have crossed it very good with Jan Arden.
Jan Ardens.
I have crossed it very good with Jansen.
Okay.
Then I have one of my best one day long is this family crossed with Jansen, and one of last year I have the third national age pigeon one day long. It was a female breed from two of a brother and sister to this one together, because I was lucky. I have 5 full brother and sister to this one in the past, and I put them together. So I have some from order, so I have put them together also. So you know, some of them it's only the grandparents that are full brother and full sister.
Okay.
But do you know what I mean?
I believe I think I know what you're saying.
But this one, a youngster from this one, paired to a youngster from her brother, with another sister and another brother. So I have made a lot of that, so inbred. And then when we cross this pigeon, the youngsters are so much better, because when you inbred so much, you can see in the hand she's so nice, but she don't have vitality enough to race. I don't think that we could get this pigeon in 100% top condition in the middle of the summer because of the inbreeding.
Okay.
So it's why we need to cross them again.
So you'll cross it.
Yeah.
With another family that's inbred.
Yeah. Or another, maybe
Another pigeon.
a top raiser. I like to put it to a top raiser.
So you'll
Of
take
different families.
You'll take this pigeon here,
Yeah.
or this pigeon's got 5 brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
You'll cross all those to good racing pigeons.
Yeah, or to inbred of another family I really know that is good.
And then all of a sudden you see, wow.
Yeah. And of course, when you have family that are inbred for many years, like the Jansen and the Clarks and the Janardens, it's even easier. Because the great grandparents to this pigeon was not related. I have Jansen pigeon that 20 generations back, all the pigeons are related. So it's it's really interesting to breed with this also.
So you really enjoy breeding the pigeons?
Yeah, and I like to go close inbreed, but I also like, we can call it line breeds, like the Clark pigeons. All the Clark pigeons I start with was in family.
Okay.
They were all that pigeon that it was 30 I start with. I have 50. I have 50 in 2008, and all was from the same family. And then put them together, and they can raise pure.
They can raise pure.
They can raise pure, but not from brother and sister. When if you go to brother and sister, father and daughter and that, then the racing are stopping.
The racing is stopping.
Of course, you can do it one times maybe. With a pigeon that not are related, you can put 2 full brother and sister together, and the youngsters can race. I have read about it. I have never tried it myself, but I have tried put out maybe 50 purebred Janarden that are bred from the Dolle with his sister and brother and sister again. I have some pigeon that are inbred from the same pair 300 times. The parents to Dolle 300 times on the pedigree of one pigeon.
Wow.
When I let them out, after I have been on training for 5 kilometers, only one back out of 50. And all was gone.
So this is why we ask. I tell you, this guy has practiced with inbreeding. He goes to a whole other level. As you see,
I just found this one. I haven't shown you before. We don't have seen so many of the pure Ardens. But this pigeon, he is a lot stronger than the other female. And he have, I think, 376 times Dolle's parents on the pedigree. And it's only an Arden pigeon for 50 years. And I tell you, he's a late bred from last year. And you can see the green eye.
yeah, from here.
Yeah. It's why the national winner you saw have the green eyes, the big one from upstairs. But yeah, you can't handle him. But you can see
he's got a very strong back. Yes.
He is so strong that you can do like that. He is just like one piece, and he is it's crazy with this Arden. When you put the right pairs, they just give them.
So one question before we wrap this up, this little bit of breeding. One advice, one tip you were going to tell people for breeding.
Yeah,
what would it be?
I can come with a tip later maybe, but I just now, in the past, my idea was to cross 2 of this inbred and fly the youngsters.
Okay.
Now I think the best way is to make 4 pigeon, different family, as grandparents. I think you get the real champion.
4 different families in one.
Yeah, so I think maybe it's will the best, but then you have to fly the parents. You make cross, fly them, and breed from flyers. So 4 times cross.
4 times cross. You're hearing it from Anders Brobech.
Then this kind of pigeon, they have so much in them if you do it in this way. But yeah, for breeding, my best tip is breed a lot, race a lot, and select.
Breed a lot, race a lot, select hard.
Yeah, and don't breed 1 or 2 generations without race.
You want as much in the...
You need to raise a half-sister to this one. This is a purebred.
Right.
But I will never mate him. I will never breed him. I breed him only because his father can give the races. Then I find a very good female in the same family as the father and breed him. I not breed him because I could see the Dulles parents 300 times on the pedigree. It was first after I have made the couple. So you know, you don't make inbred just because it's funny on the paper. Yeah, of course, if it's for that you breed them. But if you like to race, you need to race close.
Hey guys, this is Anders Brobech. He tells you how he breeds them. He tells you how he looks for the inbreed. There's reasons for everything he does. Anders, I'm going to thank you for showing us a little bit of your breeding.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey guys, Ryan, Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions. We hope you enjoyed that amazing loft tour. Please, reminder to like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Until the next loft tour, thanks for flying with me. Bye for now.